The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
The best ideas are free with Ben Young from Bwaggy.com.
I tell you, Monday's a great day to have Ben in. Just because, it's good, it's inspiring. He's always got new thoughts for us, and the best ideas certainly are free. Ben, g'day, good morning.
Good morning.
What's got you thinking this week?
I must admit, I've been doing a bit of YouTubing.
Yes.
Just intrigued to see what's going on over at YouTube and watching little pods of conversations flow. And something that I've really noticed on YouTube is they've really nailed down video conversations. There's a lot of someone is pushing a point of view in a very typically strongly worded manner.
Yeah.
And then people are posting video responses. And then people are posting video responses to that.
So if you see a clip up on YouTube, you can then go and use your own camera or something and actually link it to that original video.
Yep, so when you post a video, you can say this is a video response to this video.
Right.
And if there are video responses to the video that you're watching, they generally appear just below.
Right.
You can see little thumbnails showing them. But it's quite interesting watching people interact within these, because in the past, when you read a comment or a conversation online, it's always you interpret what they're saying through, their spelling, their grammar, how they've said it.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, it's just completely transparent. This is me, this is who I am, and this is what I'm saying to you.
That's very true. Yeah.
And there's no hiding behind that. This is what I said, this is what I thought. And it's really informal.
Yeah.
In the past, if you wanted to write a letter to the editor, you get someone to check it. Is my spelling good? Then at the newspaper or magazine, they always say we do kind of truncate some of the letters to keep them within the right amount of space. So you always put a decent amount of effort into it.
Yeah.
And then with blogging and Twitter, you got a little bit more informal. Now with YouTube, it's just right off the cuff. This is what I'm thinking. What do you think?
So it's good in one way. There's a lot of risk associated with that as well, you'd think.
Well, I think it's quite good in that people are, firstly, they're saying what they think. Secondly, they are kind of putting a stake in the ground and saying, yeah, this is what I thought on this day. The difficulty is if they say something they regret.
Yeah.
And that spreads, which, of course, that's going to happen.
And because it's there for eternity at this stage anyway.
But it's interesting how just little conversations and feedback has changed from such a formal process to an informal happening all the time kind of process. And you can kind of see that flowing into other things. Like New Zealand is quite a casual country anyway. We're a country made up of small businesses and a country where business deals are sealed over a pint or a coffee or a rugby game after work kind of thing.
So it's not like that everywhere?
No, it's very much in our culture that, and this is in line with tall poppy syndrome, we don't like to have people too far ahead of us, so we see anyone in New Zealand as approachable. A good example would be my dad was playing golf at Millbrook and Bill Clinton was there. So he wandered up to him, and the security guys kind of looked him up and down, and then he went and shook hands and had a chat with Bill Clinton for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the Kiwi perspective.
Yeah.
Whereas in other cultures it would be, cool, there's Bill Clinton, I wish I could talk to him.
Yeah. And of course it's indicative of the current Prime Minister we have as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. We're looking at how predominantly young people, they lead very informal lives, and the way that they interact with one another and the public is becoming increasingly informal. Then we look at the leadership in New Zealand. John Key is by nature a very informal kind of guy.
Yeah.
We saw him last week, was it the front page of the Herald, cooking a barbecue.
Yeah.
And it's interesting from a...
And swigging a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I noticed a specific brand of beer too.
Yeah. I don't know if that was on purpose or what, but is that good? Is that what we want in leaders?
I think you need a balance. When you take those kind of risks, John Key is much more relatable to the average Kiwi, because who doesn't cook a barbecue? Who doesn't have a drink and kind of enjoy summer? And that's exactly what he was pictured doing, and that's the image that he portrays. However, I think there does need to be a little bit of mystique so that people can hold some respect for the leader, for who he is and what he does.
Yeah. I mean, is that in the same way Russians like Putin to be hunting and riding horses.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with his shirt off.
Yeah. Well, suddenly the Prime Minister or the President is your best mate. If he was at the pub, or if he was playing rugby, or on the beach, you could wander up and say hi. And so I think it's quite good from a PR point of view. As to when things go wrong, it might not be so good because people feel so close to John Key that they can't understand why he's made a certain decision.
Yeah. So staying out of politics, if we look at this in a more of a business sense, and looking at leaders inside businesses, what can we take from this as well?
Well, there's a whole new wave of business leaders that have come about from being transparent and being honest, saying where they've made mistakes, and then they've shown how they've changed or they've fixed it, or just the process that has happened since. And we've seen that quite a bit online with entrepreneurs kind of detailing, this is what I'm up to, and they're being completely transparent about the process.
Yeah.
And sometimes that process has helped make them successful, but sometimes the business has failed anyway.
Right.
But in the eyes of the public, you have so much trust for this person because they've become so transparent and such a friend that it actually does help build respect in that regard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, is anything else got you're thinking this week?
Yes, Seth Godin, who's quite a popular blogger online.
And author as well.
Yeah, best-selling marketing author.
The Outliers is the most recent.
Purple Cow, Permission Marketing. His latest one, Lynchpin, which comes out in another month or so.
Yeah. Outliers, I'm thinking the wrong.
Yeah, there's Malcolm Gladwell.
Oh, that's Malcolm Gladwell. I do get
just as good though. He was talking about the ubiquity of competition. And quite often when you talk to a small business and you start trying to bring new ideas in there, they're fixated on this is the way it's always been done and this is the way we should keep doing it.
Yeah.
And there's a certain degree of that they're right there because that these are the tactics that have got them to where they are today. But the thing is, competition is ubiquitous. Everyone has competition, whether you're in business or in your personal life. And the key thing that Seth was talking about was when you have competition, you need to give people a unique reason to choose you. So if this is, say, a small cafe, or if this is someone applying for a scholarship, for whatever you want to achieve, you need to figure out a reason why they want to pick you and then demonstrate that reason.
Yeah.
And so from that, the strong point for businesses is communicating an experience and building relationships with your customers, because that is a point of difference. Going to your local cafe or to your local supermarket where they kind of smile at you and it's a really nice experience, other people can't really compete on that. And on a personal front, when you're looking to achieve something, giving people a reason to choose you, it's only going to help you stand out and hopefully help you achieve it.
But isn't there like three areas, say in business?
Yeah.
Say if you're selecting the supermarket, it's quality, price, and service.
Yes, but there's an element of good products, good service, and okay prices. They are almost becoming ubiquitous. Just about anyone can have, good quality products, a nice layout and some good staff. And again, I've talked about pubs in the past. Pubs are really good at this because you can go to any pub in Auckland and drink the same beer. And you can go there with your mates, and it's really your mates which make the experience. So they need to figure out other ways to put extra things on top.
Yeah. But what if you excel at all of those three things?
Well, if you excel at all of those three things, you need to bring something else in to keep you as a draw card.
Because someone else could be excelling at that as well.
Yeah.
So, looking at yourself on a personal, how could you translate price, service, and quality on a personal level, and then add something to that?
First thing is building high-value relationships with either like business people around you, or the people that are going to help you achieve what you'd like to achieve.
So you're talking about one-on-one, actually,
because
creating
the trust between two people cannot be replicated.
Yeah,
but
that just gets back to the whole. I mean, everyone. It's kind of the common sense, isn't it? Everyone kind of knows that. They may not always do it, but they know. But it always comes down to who you know, right?
Yeah. When you get stuck in the trenches, you forget that.
Yeah.
And a good example would be when I applied for scholarships at university. my whole strategy was firstly to be really personable, be kind of different, and really communicate what I was passionate about.
Yeah.
So for every person that was interviewing me, I would kind of do a Google search, ring up a few friends, and find out if they were a member of the Lions Club or Rotary and what else that they've been up to, or what kind of job they had outside the scholarship system, so that when I met them I could relate to them on kind of a personal level.
Okay.
And I did that with every scholarship.
All right, well, if people want to find out more, they can hit you up on Twitter, twitter.com/Bwaggy, BWAGY.com, and also on Bwaggy.com as well. Cheers, Ben.
Cool,
See you next
thanks.
time.
Cheers.